meeting of February 26th to order. Please rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Julie, roll call, please.
Robert Pope.
Present.
Bill Holland.
Present.
Greg Zuzen.
Present.
Don Loudon.
Present.
Jason Puckett.
Present.
Okay, first on the agenda is the consent agenda. Is there any discussion or questions? If not, we'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda, including the check register for February 26th, the work session memo for February 12th, and approval of the minutes for February 12th as presented.
Second.
Thank you, Julie. Roll call, please.
Jason Puckett.
4.
Don Loudon.
4.
Greg Zuzen.
4.
Bill Holland.
4.
Robert Pope.
4.
Next is public comment. The public may comment on the agenda that is not part of a public hearing or on a specific matter within the council's jurisdiction. If you'd like to speak, please come forward. Make sure the green button is lit and state your name and address, please. No one coming forward. We'll move on to council comment and liaison reports. Robert, you want to start us off?
Nothing today. Thank you.
I want to thank Chief Stoops and the Avon Police Department for allowing the Avon Softball Club to use their radar gun this past Monday to see how fast they could throw the ball. They had a good time with it, so thank you very much. That's all I got.
Greg?
I attended the Community Business Leaders Luncheon on the 13th at the Avon School. And then I met with Jim Morris from Habitat for Humanity regarding our Hope Landing project.
Thank you, Bill.
Nothing.
Okay. I attended the NDOT meeting the other night at the Bridgewater Elementary School. Several of the staff were there. Linda and Paul attended, and Chief Stoops attended to speak on behalf of safety issues with the design. And then Steve Eisenbarth was also in attendance, which we appreciate as well. And that's it for me. Do you have something that you wanted to say, Julie?
I do. You may have noticed in your mailboxes today, you have received the annual financial report that I will be submitting tomorrow. I wanted to present it to you along with, I went ahead and gave you guys the RDA annual financial report as well. The RDA will look that over as well and approve it at a later date. But I wanted to make sure that you guys were aware you have those financials in your mailboxes, and they have already been published in the Republican as required by law.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Moving on to new business, we have the awarding of the 2026 CCMG paving project. Betsy?
All right, Betsy Porter, Public Works Project Coordinator. We had our bid opening today for the 2026 CCMG paving project. We had 5 bidders. We are looking for you to approve the lowest bidder listed. And I think that's it for me. If you have any questions.
And we've used Howard companies before, if I can remember.
Yes, they did the roundabout at Angelina and 900.
Any questions, comments? If not, we'll entertain a motion.
Do we need to authorize Julie to pay this as well?
No, so this, you guys are just awarding the low bid. So just, you're accepting Howard Company's bid.
Okay.
And that's all you guys need to say. It doesn't need to be a dollar amount either, just their bid.
I'll make a motion to approve the bid from Howard Company for the CCMG paving project as presented.
Second.
Thank you. Julie, roll call, please.
Greg Zuzen.
4.
Bill Holland.
4.
Don Loudon.
4.
Jason Puckett.
4.
Robert Pope.
4.
Trying to sit really close. Mrs. Heiser told me she can't hear me on. Okay, it's final reading of ordinance 2026-02, the Insurance Reserve Fund.
Yes, this ordinance creates section 2-293, the Insurance Reserve Fund. You directed staff to make this fund available to you for as part of your risk management and financial planning, which is a good idea. This ordinance merely codifies the existence of that fund, provides for the sources of uses of the fund, and also provides that it's a non-reverting fund, which means that it won't revert at the end of the year if there's a balance. This is second reading.
Is this a restricted fund balance then? Is this a restricted fund balance? It can only be used for insurance? That's it?
Yes, it can only be used for what the ordinance says, which is shall be used as approved and appropriated by the town council. The purpose of the fund is maintaining property, casualty, liability, workers' comp, and health insurance. But the town council completely controls the use of the fund, and the funds are not part of the general fund. So it stands on its own. It's its own fund, not its own account.
And then for Julie, we've already have the funds set aside that we're going to appropriate for this. What was that dollar amount again?
I believe you guys discussed 150 to rainy day and 150 to insurance reserve.
Thank you.
Would anyone like to make a motion?
I make a motion we approve.
Oh, go ahead. You got it.
Stereo.
I make a motion we approve the ordinance 2026-02, the insurance reserve fund as submitted.
I'll second.
Thank you. Julie, roll call, please.
Robert Pope,
4.
Bill Holland,
4.
Don Loudon,
4.
Jason Puckett,
4.
Greg Zuzen.
4.
Next is final reading of ordinance 2026-03, amending the FMLA policy.
Yes, this ordinance makes changes that you talked about in your work sessions and gave direction on regarding the town's Family Medical Leave Act benefit. And so it affects, the first section is 6.046. It's on page 1. And the new section, the changes are shown. And so just those changes clarify a great deal, I think, clarify what your policy really is and what you want to do. While we were in that section, we thought we'd also take out the emergency paid family and medical leave benefit in 6.049. As you recall, those of us who lived the pandemic, was the state of Indiana required you to have this policy for a short time. That bill has since expired on its own terms, and it's not the law in Indiana anymore. So we are recommending that you delete that entire section. This is also second reading.
Discussion or not? A motion?
I move we adopt ordinance 2026-03, amending the FMLA policy as presented.
Second.
Thank you. Julie, roll call, please.
Jason Puckett,
4.
Don Loudon,
4.
Greg Zuzen,
4.
Bill Holland,
4.
Robert Pope.
4.
Next is an introduction of ordinance 2026-04, prohibiting obstruction of mailboxes.
Yes, currently, there's not a provision of your parking regulation in the town, which regulates what happens if somebody obstructs a mailbox. And so there were complaints made. So this this section, which would be section 8-76 of your code, would prohibit that and would establish a penalty for doing so, blocking someone else's mailbox, and subject to certain restrictions. So it's a pretty simple ordinance, actually. Most cities and towns have a ordinance which says this. You just never have, so it's just introduction only, but that would be the effect of this new section 8-76.
Thank you.
Dan, section D, penalty isn't defined in here. The penalty isn't defined for the first or subsequent. One, I assume you're going to get, not assume, I know you'll get that to us before the final reading. My question is, will this be in line with our other fines, or are we making changes at this time? I know we're introducing this, but how comparable will it be to our other fines?
Yeah, your staff is working on changes to your fines right now. So we're going to try to line it up with what we expect those will be when they are proposed to you. So they'll line up with what I'll call the new fine proposal instead of leaving this maybe where they are now. Traditionally, your parking fines have been extremely low. And so in order for it to be a deterrent, probably needs to be enough. I think staff, did you tell me 100?
Yeah, 100, we're going to recommend 100 and 250 for 100 for the initial and 250 for the future. Sean and I had a discussion about it today, so that will be our recommendation. And Robert, we are working on those other ones as well. We have got like 13 pages or something of fines. All the different department heads are going through and amending those fees. So you guys will see those as well in the next month or two. And yes, Robert, we would expect other parking violations to be in line with what we're proposing on this one.
Thanks, guys.
Has Chief Stoops and the police department had input on this as well?
If there's no other questions, we'll consider ordinance 2026-04 as introduced. Moving on to introduction of ordinance 2026-05, Buy Money Program and Fund.
Yes, this ordinance would create a new section 2-295 of your code, which would create a buy money fund. And buy money is generally money that's used for undercover operations. It's heavily regulated area by the State Board of Accounts. And so one of the requirements of the State Board of Accounts is they want all this money to be in its own fund, so it's easy for them to see the activity in that fund and not have to go in and look through 10,000 transactions in your general fund. So what we have done is created a fund which would be compliant with the State Board of Accounts guidelines. There are some U.S. Department of Criminal Justice guidelines as well. Anna, who drafted this and did a good job, has incorporated all this in there. So it essentially would apply, this ordinance merely establishes a place for the money to be held and where that money is going to come from. It comes from your appropriation, how it can be spent, and then the fact that this, just like your last ordinance, this would be a non-reverting fund. So this is going to be, when it runs out of money, the police chief's going to come ask for more money to be in there, but it does allow money that is recovered to come back into the account, all in its own fund, so it has its own records. It's very, very important that it be done this way for compliance. It also makes it really transparent. So it's just first reading, but we believe that that this code section would be compliant with what the state would expect us to do and the Justice Department.
Thank you.
During the work session, I wasn't here. I watched it online. The question was asked. I think Jason did, but I don't remember feeling warm and fuzzy on the answer. Is $10,000 the amount that needs to go into that fund? If I remember, 2,500-ish was what was spent over years. Is 10,000? Is that necessary? That seems like a lot more than 2,500. Is the dollar amount correct? Is that it wasn't decided. I don't, correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, yeah, from my point of view, that would be a very standard amount for most law enforcement agencies in cities, towns, or even counties of your size.
Okay.
It is larger in other cities and of course smaller, I guess, in smaller areas. But part of the idea too is not to fund one buy at a time and have the police chief come to a public meeting and say, I need some buy money because there's this guy down the road we're
Fair enough.
watching. So we want to have a little
Leeway, little
unspecificity to the process. So, so you can look at this. I think I would say, I think it's a reasonable amount. Your experience may tell you otherwise. And if you do, if you're asked to appropriate money in the future, you might make that a different amount, more or less, depending on your experience. But you probably won't know. But all my other clients have these funds. And I think that is about the right amount.
Fair enough. Thank you.
No other comments. We'll consider that ordinance of 2026-05 introduced. Legal counsel report.
I would just tell you that Anna and I have been doing lots of training with your agencies and commissions. That's part of our job, is to make sure that they have that information. So in the first 2 months of the year, we usually get through about 8 of them. And so we are doing that. We'll look forward to, and your boards and commissioners are doing great, but again, they are only as good as we help them to be. So we did BZA, Plan Commission, RDCE, RDA recently. So we're getting those knocked out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Public comment and council report. Any public comment? No one coming forward. Council comment. A lot of heads shaking. Council calendar, Ryan.
Yeah, just one thing. Next meeting is March 12th. We do have a work session at 5:30 PM and then our regular council meeting at 7 PM on March 12th.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned.